first year and moved into the dorms after working my way up, earning money, and getting myself into school. I wished I could say everything was fine at first, like most, but it was sketchy since day one. The moment I got introduced to my roommate, the aroma in the air smelled like fucking ass. He was apparently microwaving something, and whatever he was eating smelled like shit and stank up the room for days. Since the college doesn't allow refunds after paying up front, unless you got someone else to take your spot, I was pretty much stuck with this guy for the entire semester. Aside from the smell of that nasty ass food he was eating, he mostly kept to himself. However, whenever he spoke, he'd always talk very formally, almost inhuman. And we even got into a debate of different political views, religion, etc. Don't ask why, just know one thing led to another, and we eventually got into that topic. Well, I wish we never spoke about it, because he told me a lot of things about himself that made either no sense or straight up like WTF. So firstly, he stated he thinks God is just a figment of people's imagination, and that everyone on Earth is essentially God. He believes that every country in the world should be ran like North Korea, and thinks that relationships like dating are pointless. At first, he just sounded like another atheist who's bitchless and edgy because the world is cruel to him. However, that assumption of him changed when he mentioned to me that he runs this organization, and apparently they try to play heroes doing the FBI's work, and it didn't sound too bad. Until a few weeks later, I'd then figure out just really is this whole organization that he so claims. Around February, he gets called up to the office by some FBI agents because they are doing an investigation on him for being accused of spreading threats on the internet. It happens once, and it's already making him look suspicious enough. Then it happens a second time of him getting called up again, and now I'm really starting to question this guy. Apparently, the FBI is still suspicious of him and is conducting a thorough investigation on him and his so-called organization, which I decide to do some digging myself to find out exactly what it's about. Then one day, I call up a friend of mine who also attends the college, and we went around the school talking about it, only to coincidentally see a flyer hanged up on one of the bulletin boards of people wearing these creepy masks, and what looks to be a four-sided symbol with an eye in the middle, kind of like the Nazi symbol, and them wearing white cloaks like KKK members with it, saying "Join us," with a link attached to it to join their website, which I will not be showing for both my safety and yours. I then freeze up and match the symbol to the flag my roommate has hanged up on the corner of one of the beds, and the creepy mask he has hanged up on the wall, which I thought was some cultural decoration or something. So at that time I didn't think much of it, until I put two and two together. That wasn't the only thing wrong with this guy, aside from the sketchiness. He's a liar, rude, and is an inconsiderate piece of shit. He constantly stays up on his laptop, typing away with his loud-ass keyboard, keeping me up till 3 a.m., ruining my sleep schedule, and is rude when I ask him to turn down the brightness or be quiet with the noise nicely. Eventually, I got tired of it, and we got into an argument about it. He said it was my fault for having a screwed-up sleep schedule, and that he's not going to apologize for anything he did, when I clearly asked him every damn week to keep it down. I got pissed off and finally let the RAs take care of the issue, and told them I refused to spend another night in the same room with that weirdo, and showed them photographic evidence of everything from the cult shit to him making noises late at night while I'm trying to sleep after being asked to stop. On top of that, even mentioning that he claimed to own a machete. They took care of it, and was able to finally get away from that weirdo asshole. Moral of the story is, I will not, and I mean never, share a room with a stranger again, especially at a dorm. And if you ever decide to share a room with someone, always be very cautious with who you are sharing your living space with, because they might just end up being